listening to Rad Rolls, a Fallout Tabletop podcast.
Hello and welcome to Rad Rolls. We find our group in the chambers of Vault 40, which is my favorite Wu-Tang Clan album. The crew has been tasked by the Badgers of finding the weakness of the cats and mice that live there. They have entered the cat room and have made friends with a mouse, freeing them from slavery. But unfortunately, a cat is now freaking the absolute crap out and is sending out a number of different strings and ropes from its body that begin strangling multiple different animals in the room. It's kind of like situated on top of this rock. As I kind of described the area, it's pretty much Pride Rock from The Lion King, but in a smaller form for cats. Think, as Mufasa, but then it's smaller. It's kind of like a miniature. It's like for tiny cats.
Like 1 in 12 scale.
Yeah, 1 in 12 scale, exactly. And so it is up on top, and these strings are coming down, and they're just kind of like strangling these animals. And this cat, the way it looks is like the string has wrapped around its face, and it's almost like pulling its face apart. It's like its skin is bulging out, its fur is bulging out, its eyes are bulging. Like, it does not look comfortable. It looks in some pain as it's pretty much become this like flying, flailing, magnetic rope death tentacle monster. So what are you all gonna do? Are you gonna stay here or are you gonna leave? I guess is the first question.
I think so far as finding a weakness of the cats, we've unintentionally done a large amount of damage to their way of life here. So
I think we found it.
I think we've accomplished something. I don't know if we really wanted to, but we have accomplished.
Well, we're going to eventually destroy the
weakness.
Yeah, we're going to eventually destroy all the cats. We're probably going to cull the mouse population. We're going to end up with a pretty clean slate, so we could introduce the dogs, which I'm pretty sure was somebody's goal. So I mean, we're just animal pleasers down here.
We could just go tell the Badgers, hey, good job. Will you vote with us? Whatever we want the vote to end up being, for the dogs or not. Or we could try and save the cats. I mean, I don't know.
I might be a little confused why we care about any of this at this point. I mean, I feel really bad for that cat, but, I mean, better the cat than us? And he was kind of a jerk.
The cats believe in slavery.
Well, cats are psychopaths, but, can't hold that against them. It's kind of natural.
Is Cat Hangman attacking us or no?
So I originally was going to try to so GM's background here. I may have said at the end that it attacked one of you, but in this current universe, it is not. It is just a situation. If you want to get involved with the situation, it can happen. We can make that work. I'm here, but I also want the option of like, hey, this is something that's going on. You can either deal with it or not. So that is the current status. So if I said that they strangled you and then you all died and then you all go and you get repopulated because you're in the cat den and you got 9 lives, then I'm striking that from the record. So it's no one is attacking you.
Look, I feel like really this may not have been everybody's cup of tea on how we approached it, but I think we've unintentionally done the Badgers a big solid. Let's go cash that in. For whatever that's going to be worth, which I think is nothing, but it's worth, seeing.
Hazel.
Who knows? Maybe the Badger army will come just resolve this situation for us.
Hazel's actually going to ask the mouse that is now, I guess, officially her mouse. Yo, what do you think we should do? What do you want us to do in this situation?
Yeah, if you just guys wanna let the cats kill each other, I mean that's fine. They can just do that, but I mean I guess some of my friends are gonna die too, but I don't know, I feel like they die a lot. So I'm kinda numb to it all, you know what I mean? You're just kinda numb to it. I'm numb to it pretty constantly.
Oh, sweetie, I'm so sorry. I wish we could do more about it. But
no, it's fine. I'm a real toughie.
Okay, yeah, stick with us. We'll keep you out of the mess of it.
And
That
you'll
sounds
get
great.
very used to violence.
Yeah, we're kind of pretty much desensitized to it for the most part ourselves. So yeah,
You'll come out the other side. Maybe you'll even enjoy it a little bit. But I get it. You shut down emotionally. You know, the human or the sapient mind can only take so much, and so you shut down. And then you come out the other side. You're like, oh, let's have some fun. Do a little blood and guts. Yeah, you'll love it.
When do I get to eat?
Oh, here. It's here. You can have a little bit. I have some little bit of a guan on a stick here, if you want.
Let's just start munching on that. Just munching. Have a nice munch.
Gosh.
So, Punchy, isn't that called a reboot, where you like kind of shut down, then start up again, and everything is back to sort of normal?
I feel almost offended by that, Hazel. I feel like that is some sort of robot joke.
Well, as long as you only feel somewhat almost offended, we're fine.
All right, that's fair. Hey, Hazel, do you feel weird about this violence against creatures with tails? Because on account of you having a tail? Ha, take that.
Touche. Also, maybe just a little bit, but considering I probably killed them, I think that's more of a kill or die scenario, tail or no tail.
All right, let's get out of this cat house.
So are you all going to the Badger's room? Is that where,
A lot of kissing on my nose.
Yeah, I think we need to just
Let them cook.
Let's go to the Badger's room.
let bygones be bygones.
All right, cool. So you enter the Badger's room. You enter these verdant hills, the rolling plains, and you see about 50 badgers just kind of rise up with various pieces of metal like clobbered together for armor, shields, and various weapons. And you hear, hoo, 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 hoo. And the Badger approaches Frankie and says, well, have you got a weakness yet?
Look, I've got some great news. Cats, this is a little hard to explain, but basically, they're killing each other. There's a lot of tentacles, a lot of choking of cats by this one cat with the tentacles. Look, guys, if you go in there right now, easy pickings. Hard work's already done.
So they're easy. We can just kill them. You just did that for us.
Oh yeah, they're killing each other. Half of them are probably already dead. Maybe more than that.
All right, and then about like 40 of them just like start like running full force towards the door into the cat room. Large panes of glass that you can kind of see into other rooms, and you just start seeing like blood spattering on all the walls of that room. Mouse guts flying everywhere, cat guts flying everywhere as an army of badgers takes over. But then things become rather clouded and raucous in this room by the amount of gore that has now plastered the screen of this room, and only about 10 badgers are kind of left there protecting their territory in the Verdant Hills.
So if I recall correctly, there were only about 10 or so cats to even begin with.
Yeah.
And 40 honey badgers thought that they couldn't take 10 cats. They needed
Cats
a
had lots of
weakness.
slaves.
I'm sorry, are honey badgers human? Do you think that they understand a lot of strategy?
No, which is all the more reason why they wouldn't just like go in there and I don't know. I'm no strategist either. It just it seemed like they already had the advantage. We could have told them anything. Like, yeah, their weakness is overwhelming numbers. They're like, oh, we've got that.
Maybe that was an option, Abel, but we've got it. They've got it. It looks like it's.
I understand.
It's
it's
great
just
in there.
Yeah. We'll let them. I guess we just let that happen.
We're doing this whole anarchy thing. I think that's the way. It's the rule of the animal kingdom. Who are we to question it?
Truthfully, I've never felt more human.
All right. Well, the badges situation is handled. Right. They're mostly dead. Was that our goal? Was our goal to get most of the badges killed?
I don't.
You don't know if they're dead or not.
It's just kind of. There's just a lot of viscera in that region.
We could send the mouse in. You could take a look around.
Or just
sending the mouse.
No, just let it. I mean, it'll
let it play out.
Hey, send in Kansas City Dick. Why not?
Kansas City Dick is on his own mission. He's looking for a way into the overseer's office. I haven't heard any reports from him. He should probably check in at some point. But, I trust him. I don't really trust him. But, I told him what to do. He's going to do it like a good soldier.
I say let's just let it be a surprise. The universe has wrapped a gift for us in a beautiful crimson paste, and later we can unwrap this gift and see what the universe has given us. So maybe
vote thing
we can take an opportunity to meet some of the other locals and see if they too want to incite violence against their neighbors.
Yeah.
Well, I bet the elephants are great at it.
Yeah. Let's go talk to
Are those the big gray ones?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They look like they're just. Oh.
Would it be frowned upon? You know what? I'm not going to ask. We're not going to. Well, only animal killing is going to be the animals to the other animals. I'll keep it together.
Animal on animal violence. No, okay, Frankie. What if there's something? What if there's something that you really want to hunt?
Their tusks, man. The tusks. I think it would be nice to kind of take a trophy for their tusks.
What are you going to do with it?
Well, we got the death call pelt, right? Kind of melt the tusk on that, so even more horns. It's just an idea.
Yeah, and then
it's just another trophy. Look at them; they're giant.
Yeah, you could be the king.
When's the last time you saw something that big? It kind of freaks me out, killing things that talk though. That I'm struggling with the whole animals talking bit still.
Well, we have
people
so
them.
A workaround might
try
be
not to murder people like you guys.
Wait, Frankie. A workaround might be to kill it before it starts talking. Don't give it the
We don't actually know
opportunity
that-
to talk.
That way
Abel-
you don't know if it can talk or not. Good
Abel, you're
thinking.
making a lot of sense because we haven't actually talked to them yet. They might not even be able to talk. So
But what if they can talk and they have only nice things to say? We'd never know if we kill them first.
They're probably trying to sell something then.
they also might know how to get out. I mean, I know that's what
Then
we're
why didn't
0
they?
for 4, but well, I guess 0 for 5 if we count the mice.
I don't know. I mean, they could be having a trunk sale. Let's go find out.
All right, so you're going to the elephant exhibit. All right, so
Yeah.
you all enter this kind of like a savannah-based area. There's like a number of different stumps that are kind of like littered throughout. There's a large like watering hole in the middle of it, and there's about I would say about 10 different elephants that are in this enclosure. As you enter the door, an elephant sees you and walks quickly or tramples quickly up to you all and says, "Good evening. I'm going to need you to number one, promise no violence against our kind while we're in here. And you also need to explain who you are and what you're doing here."
Ooh. Sorry, Frankie.
Yeah, okay. Well, sure. No violence on the first part, not a problem. Fine. Really, it's fine.
Yeah.
Wow, why we're here? Phew. You know, that's a great question. We're actually trying to not be here, if you can believe that. We're trying to get out of this whole place as fast as possible. So, you know, why we're here, we're actually trying to leave. That's why we're here.
Well, from what our memory can collect, you all seem to be Vault-Tec, or at least associated with that animal kingdom that Vault-Tec was a part of, that clearly are the administrators of the vault. So it seems like you all may be here to set some stuff right. We have been waiting for a long time for this to happen. So if you're not Vault-Tec, then how else would you get in here?
These are some pretty good questions he's asking.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Punchy, were these like smart creatures?
Yeah, like I'm not saying they did math, but they were pretty smart. I saw one do art. He painted a painting.
Yeah.
It was just like some colors and like lines. I cried. I cried. It was beautiful. The colors. That was a smart goddamn elephant. But for the most part, no, they're just kind of like smart, like trainable. I guess they could like
Okay.
set up circus tents. Gotta like stomp the feet. Like you'd say, like, okay, you know, Babar, count to 3, and then it would like stomp its feet 3 times, like kind of like that kind of thing. You could train it.
Yeah.
These guys are very eloquent elephants. Eloquent elephants. By saying that 5 times fast.
I feel like that you're wasting my time at this point. Just let me know what you need, and then be on your way.
Well, let
yes,
us
you-
know
oh, smart.
what you need.
Yes, exactly. We are from Vault-Tec, and we are here to help set things right. And we're a little bit disoriented right now, though. So if you could point us in the direction of that overseer's office, and you remember,
Yeah.
how to get there, then we can start to set some things right.
Yeah.
Charisma plus speech for difficulty 2 for trying to convince them that you are from Vault-Tec. Frankie?
No, not the person to be doing this. I do kind of have a backup plan. How much AP do we have? A ton?
Oh yes.
13.
Yeah, we're swimming in it.
I mean, guys, I need 4s or better. So
You want me to you want me to speech it? So I'll jump in and say, yeah. So I am Special Agent Rick Longbottom with Vault Tech, and I'm not super familiar with this vault. So any
You have some sort of
assistance?
identification or something that can tell me that you're Rick Longbottom?
Yes, I produce special identification that says I am Special Agent Rick Longbottom.
Yeah, so now you just need a speech plus charisma check for difficulty 1.
Okay, and I'll definitely use a AP to get that additional die. Holy!
oh,
4 successes, a 5, 7, and a 2. Ding dong. There you go.
Holy damn.
FBI.
Yeah, with that, nice to meet you, Envoy Rick Longbottom. My name is Private Maloney. I've been a part of the essentially the Brotherhood of Elephants for many years. I can detail you on some of the history of the vault and our current predicament that we're in. You just let me know what you need.
Excellent. Miss Greenglass, would you like to lead the questioning, please?
Sure, of course. So, Mr. What would you like me to call you as a representative of the Brotherhood of Elephants?
Private Maloney, please.
Private Maloney. Very well. So, Private Maloney, what all do you guys do all day here in this facility?
Mainly the Brotherhood of Elephants is uniquely dedicated to the memory of previous incidents, protecting the other animals from repeating the same incident again and again by putting forth resolutions and removing tools that the animals in the past have used to accomplish their means. We look at threats. We look at technology and essentially confiscate it if anyone's using like a particular club or has ripped something out of the paneling. We typically take that away. And we right now are putting forth a resolution to essentially allow access to the vault network of nutrition, which each room has a pipe that the animal nutrition is fed into, and it's based off of what resident lives in there. And we would like access to that, as that is a piece of very core technology that I believe that the Overseer is not capable of handling because in our memory, the Overseer should no longer be living.
Very interesting. So how many generations of memory do you have as elephants who are primarily functioning as the memory core for this vault?
Our species has transferred memory through a millennia and understands. I remember what my I've been told stories of what my relatives have done in the past in the vault and before the vault as well.
Okay, and you've come to the conclusion that the Overseer should no longer be living because...
It's been... no one from Vault Tech has come in at least 150 years.
Have you considered the possibility that the Overseer is actually a robot or a ghoul? Like our friend Punchy over here has been around long enough to have seen pre-war times.
I've seen things, man. I've seen things, Private. You don't even know.
Right now, you're looking like something that we probably should take away. So I am not sure. But if it is being run by a piece of technology, then
Private Maloney,
likely...
Private, focus. We are not talking about my comrades here. We are talking about who or what the overseer is?
The overseer is likely a human. I'm unfamiliar with this ghoul species that you're talking about. I've never heard of that. We've never encountered that. But if that is a form of another animal, that is not one that our species have ran into. Likely the longest lifespan of animal that we have seen was the deep sea fishes. We saw some deep sea fishes, and they lived a long time.
Okay, so yeah, a ghoul is basically like a human version of a deep sea fish, only it breathes air and has arms and looks nothing like a fish.
Does it have a little light on the front of it?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. Good to know. Well, in that case, then the overseer would be run by somebody who's not of the original species, and we would need to redeclare rules of engagement, which is why we're putting forth the resolutions. The resolutions seem to be voted on by the public, so they don't require, it seems, overseer approval because nothing has ever been unapproved.
Do you
So
think if we did a resolution to open the vault door, do you think that would pass and we could leave?
Likely you could do a resolution to open the vault door, but why would we want to leave?
Oh, no, just checking our bases here, seeing
Yes.
how the situation works. Of course, no, this is a great situation to stay in forever.
Right. What we're proposing is essentially a ownership and inspection of the nutritional delivery network that has essentially piping in each room that delivers all the nutrition for the animals based on what population is living there. We need access to that. Currently, elephants cannot get access to that because we are too big.
So, as an elephant, what do you think of the giraffe's idea that the food should come from higher up?
We believe that the giraffes are an inferior species, and likely their opinions should not matter in the scale of the vault.
Yep, right there. Okay, right there. Yep. Here's another one. Okay, elephants. So it sounds like you guys are kind of in charge of this place in a lot of ways. There's a bit of a situation that we passed on our way here. Seems like the honey badgers got into the cats area, and the cats and the honey badgers and the mice. It's a huge bloodbath.
How did this happen?
The honey badgers just kind of marched in there. The cats were already killing each other, so I don't know about
why did the cats kill each other?
It's a mystery.
Cats, man. You're gonna have to ask the cats. I'm not a cat. I don't know how to answer that for you.
It defies explanation.
Have
Interesting.
you ever spoken to a cat? I mean, really listen to what they had to say and ask them what they were thinking?
We've maintained communication with the slavers before in the past, but all communication's been cut off because likely the mice are seen as a species that is slightly better than the cat species that are the slavers, and likely aren't sustainable for vault life, depending on their number and the amount of slave that they had. Eventually they would just be overrun in the end. That was kind of our projection for what happened. But this badger situation seems like a kind of a change that we would want to investigate.
Yeah, definitely.
I would probably wait a little while before you investigate.
You might slip on all the blood.
It is
it's kind of a mess in there.
It's a dynamic situation.
So do you mean to tell me that maybe a species has died within the vault?
Maybe multiple. Oh, well, there's some badgers left over. They were kind of watching their homeland. Home room.
Well, likely if multiple species have died and population has decreased, that means rooms will likely be repopulated based on the current denizens. So I'm very curious about this territory and who would have control over that now.
Dogs.
The honey badgers really seem to be quite territorial. They may want to assert their dominance over multiple spaces.
It's very difficult, in fact, to deal with these hunter badgers because in our talks with them, it seems like they don't care. That they really do not have any whims or wishes.
Oh no, they very much wish to kill the cats.
Interesting.
Where will it stop, though? Where will it stop?
I doubt a honey badger would be able to take over an elephant unless the populations get too large. If a population of honey badgers gets essentially ranking number 10 to 1 of us, then honey badgers would effectively be able to take over the Brotherhood of Elephants as well. And they would likely need to be put down before they reach those levels. So if they do take over that enclosure, they would likely be able to repopulate. And so we would need to kill them, unfortunately.
Yeah. Right. Wow. Oh, this big situation you guys are going to have to deal with there. Back to that, proposal of resolution idea thing. Just a little more clarification there. Do you need to be a current resident species to put forward a resolution?
You would need to be a species within the vault to be able to put forward a resolution, yes.
So, like, hypothetically, we're a species. Punchy's our species too, kind of, still. Definitely.
Well, and also we have a representative of the Mouse Nation.
Ooh, we do have
with us.
Possibly the only mouse left. Would it be possible for us to, as species in this vault, to propose our own resolution for the upcoming vote?
You would be able to, but your species would likely not survive due to the lack of habitat, and without the habitat, you wouldn't be able to reproduce, and so likely your resolutions would be met with low numbers, but you would be able to put one forth.
So,
I think we might be able to form a coalition, though.
Yeah,
Kind of what I'm thinking.
Private Maloney, what do you know about humans as a species?
Humans are technologically ingenious, typically create massive tools and networks that a lot of humans have used to effectively accomplish their needs throughout the terms of histories and enslave the rest of the population and ultimately doom the world as its single savior, its caretaker. They have failed in this objective and therefore are reverted back to an inferior species.
And as far as adaptability and flexibility go as hallmarks of the species?
Monkeys are more flexible than elephants, monkeys are more flexible than pretty much anything. So humans are therefore not as flexible as a monkey.
Are there monkeys in this vault? Other than, we're not talking about the apes. Remember, there's a difference between apes and monkeys.
No, monkeys
Let's
were
not be racist.
Monkeys were one of the events that the badgers ended up killing the monkeys. Yes.
Well, we definitely have a space that seems to be lacking in denizens. If we were to, say, move into one of the previously two occupied space by, say, badgers and claim it in the name of either mouse kind or humanity, would that tip the scales back to being balanced in your estimation?
If you were to reproduce, particularly over a population of 10.
Excuse me?
you would be able to form enough of a coalition to maybe affect some of the votes in the resolution. You can put forth any resolution, but likely getting votes cooperating with the other alliances has become very tough. We implore you to cooperate with our resolution that we have put forth, but
we do a little amendment towards that resolution. Well, actually, back up 1 second. Do the resolutions pass from like a simple majority vote, just sheer numbers?
yes,
Or-
yeah, it is a aye and nay vote.
Right. Shit, we should not have killed that many mice. Okay, that's good to know.
We didn't kill any mice, and mice are
Oh,
really good at
yeah.
surviving. Let's find out how many
Right.
mice are actually still alive.
Right. Definitely. So how many we saw, what did you guys call them? The other scaly looking things? Be past the other enclosure.
Alligators?
You're talking about the water
alligators.
monitors. It's easily confusable for humans, the inferior species, to essentially not distinguish between an alligator and a water monitor. They are water monitors that have some unique adaptations to the climate where they can become invisible.
Listen, Mr. Pachydermatitis, if you're going to be insulting, you might as well try and at least be species specific.
I'm not
Hold on.
intentionally insulting anyone. I'm just stating facts. Thank you.
Okay, so the process for the resolution, where does obviously you don't write it down. Ha,
We gather in the
inferior
atrium,
that.
and the resolution, we all gather, and then we say A or nay.
But somebody reads aloud what the resolution is.
Yes.
And that's okay. Great. Would you mind? I'm just going to consult with my team real fast.
Okay, I will await you and Special Agent Rick Longbottom to
Perfect.
return.
Appreciate that. All right, let's step outside, guys. Listen, I know I was just saying let's not kill any animals that talk, but it kind of feels like if we just kill all the elephants and maybe some of the other animals, we can pass a resolution ourselves with the honey badgers, the mice maybe, and just get out of here that way. I'm not saying that's the best idea. I'm just saying it's an idea. But the every animal here is very racist, honestly. Speciesist, whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, well,
Bigoted, I guess.
well, no, the gorillas seem fine, honestly.
Oh yeah, I think they'll vote with us. I think we could get the gorillas on our side. Well, or just outnumber
Yeah, I
them.
feel
don't
like
know.
we can't count on that vote if we kill all the elephants. You know, I feel like we might need to go the democracy route and build a coalition. I feel like if we
That's what I
get known
mean.
as the humans who murder all the animals that don't go
Oh,
along
no,
with
no.
them, that's like, that's some.
So
think
what's
you're-
our goal? Are we trying to get a vote passed that gets us out of this vault?
That's what it feels like we're doing. And honestly, we
Do we
might
have
be
to
able-
be on best terms with them to get banished?
Actually, weirdly, usually you get banished when you're on bad terms with someone.
So I don't understand why we have to be buddy with them, because if we were beneficial, they'd want us to stay, right?
Well, they see us as an inferior species, but not a threat. If they ever see us as a threat, they'd probably just kill us. So that's probably not the route we want to go.
Yeah, it sounds like the elephants have mass murdered multiple species so far.
Yeah, in the pursuit of the greater good, supposedly. Which
Also, why do we need their permission to be able to leave?
honestly,
Because they can't even control how they get fed. So if we got control of how they were fed and just say we hold that over their heads, then we have control of the situation. I don't understand why they have the power here.
they have the power because they are the only ones who are actually using the voting block. You may have 1,000 people who vote on something who could, but if only 10 people vote, then only the 10 people who vote make the difference, and they're the ones calling the shots. Everybody else doesn't care about
But
the politics here, except the
Are they?
elephants.
They
They're the
can't
ones calling
even
the shots.
control the food.
Well, they're about to. If they put in a resolution and convince the other animals to vote for it, then they get whatever they want.
And it kind
They
of
did
feels
say
like
that
maybe
whatever
they've
they
done that
pass
before.
always happens.
They
Yeah.
basically said everything always passes. All they need to do is put the resolution out, and everybody always votes yay. So
Well, what
maybe
if we have a
on them.
secret vote?
you know what? Maybe
secret
we can,
votes aren't the way they do things here, I don't think.
maybe we can.
They don't have to know about it.
Maybe
It would
we
be a
can-
secret.
Well, maybe we can switch the vote so that instead of what they think we're going to put in as the vote that goes to the overseer, instead of being about the food, it'll be about opening the door, and then everybody will vote for it.
This is a bit of a meta moment, but because I don't know how much Frankie, the actual like person, knows how much this works, but I've had bison pheromones like this whole time, and the item description is decrease the difficulty of any charisma-based check for one scene down to 0, and attracts all animals until the next long rest. I think once we're ready to make
Whoa.
a decision on what we want to do, we pop that in the atrium, gather all the animals, do a riveting speech, and just get out of here. But we need to be sure, like, what we want our resolution to be, and if we need to, deal with any other problem species before then. But that's what I'm working towards.
Yeah, we should probably see if we can find see if there's a lot of mice left. Because if there are mice left, they're probably the strongest voting block, just in quantity.
So plan.
God.
How about this? How about Mike? Can you do a perception plus speech check for difficulty 3? I would say.
Why, yes, I can.
You got AP if you want to spend it. It's a 3 right now.
Perception plus speech.
Do it.
I'm sorry, what was the difficulty?
3.
3? Okay. I'll spend some AP. Was 1 AP will give me 1 more dice.
3 AP will give you 2. So like 1 AP, 1 dice. The additional 2 will give you another dice. Additional 3 will give you another dice. So on and so forth.
Let's do. Let me roll 4 dice. So let's use.
Okay, so that's 3 AP out of the pool.
3 AP. Okay. Let's do that little roll.
Yeah, 3 successes. All of a sudden, Frankie. No, not Frankie. Punchy. From the walls, you hear a sound. And you kind of move you tread your robot body closer to the sound you hear. Hey, Frankie, it's me. It's me. Can you hear me out here?
It's Frankie.
I mean, Punchy. Who's on the other line of this? Is this the pizza shop? I want 1 large deep dish pizza with extra pepperoni on the side.
Kansas
I don't want to
City, Dick. How'd you end up in a wall?
I'm in a wall. Look at me. I'm in a wall. Here I am. Hey,
quit futzing around. I gave you a job. What are you doing inside a wall?
Yeah. You so I found there's a secret. I found a secret, man. So you know them. Yeah, all right. So you know them pipes that they're on the ground, and you gotta you jump into them, but there's a bunch of food in there. If you just mash past all the food, you get to a new room, and it's connected to every single room in here, man. It's crazy, I tell you.
Okay, you're a tiny ball man. Can a regular sized person fit in that tube, or is this strictly a thing that you got to do?
I mean, not like if I'm thinking plunger style. You put them in there, and you just once you get them in there, you just kind of plunge them down. Like we used to do back in the day. We used to take the people, wrap them up by their toes, and then we'd hang them on the crane, and then we'd dip them back in.
You gave them a Topeka plunger. I know what you're talking about. I invented
exactly. You got what I'm saying. Let's Topeka plunger someone down into the hole, and it has all kinds of secret shit down here. Let me tell you.
Wait. You didn't find a way into the overseer's office. You just found.
Well, it might be one here. You can get anywhere here.
Oh boy, Kansas City Dick. I feel like you did something good, but you didn't do the thing I wanted you to do, and I'm very disappointed. Like I can't Topeka plunger either of these three humans. They got like bodies
What
that
do you
don't
mean?
squish as well as.
What do you mean? The Don tells you something, you go and do it. You go down there and you tie him up, but you got a brain in your head. You know what I'm talking about. You get him and you just
Wait a second. Okay, hey, we got a mouse guy. We got a new member of the crew. He's a talking mouse. He can go through the pipes.
what, is he like a little rat boy? You know, we used to have
Yeah,
the little rat boys.
well, he's a mouse. I
Him
don't
was
want to
like-
insult him.
James Carmichael,
Not
you
a
know,
rat.
he went down there.
He's not a
We just
rat.
keep him around.
But I don't know. Well, okay. So, how far down the pipes did you get? Did you find something interesting? Anything cool? Or you just there might be something down there?
No, there's like pipes to every single room in here, and there's more rooms than the ones that are up there. You know what I mean?
Wait, and there's food in all these pipes?
Well, I mean, yeah, but there was like, you know how there's this atrium right here? There was a bunch more. There was a bunch more originally. They closed off half the vault.
Can you get into the closed off rooms, or are they just completely closed off?
No, I mean, I looked in there, but there was no overseer in there. That's what you meant me found as overseer. I just came back to tell you that there's a lot of different pipes that go to a lot of different places. You ever heard of a boy named Mario?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, Mario
Mario.
and his brother, they would go down the pipes all the time and they'd come and plumb your house. You know what I mean?
So was there like talking mushrooms down there? Were there flying turtles? Were there turtles? Love turtles. Wait. All right. Okay. Kansas City Dick. Those rooms are closed off.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
nobody in
uh-huh.
them. You know, there's nobody in those rooms.
Yeah, there's no nothing. I went down there and it was like there was a gas in the rooms. You couldn't even go in there if you were a human. It was only for robots. But hey, there's also this one little hole all the way in the back. It's the back hole. Someone call it like the ass end of the room. It's big. It's big. I haven't been in there yet. I want to go in there. That's probably the next place I'm going. All right.
All right. You go and then you come back and you report back.
All right. Sounds
Should I
good.
send the mouse with you? Do you want a mouse?
You
buddy?
want to send Jimmy Carmichael with me? Are you going to Topeka
I don't
plunger
know.
him?
Hazel's got a mouse buddy. I don't know if she's named him yet. Hazel, have you named your mouse? Does he have a name? Did he say a name?
Well, I don't need to name him. I think he has his own name. I just haven't asked what it is. Hey, little guy, what's your name?
I mean, the cats gave me a name, but I don't really like it.
Let's not go with your slave name then. Let's just go with Sprinkles. How's that
I mean, that's not very tough. I'm a pretty tough guy.
sound? Okay, tough. Yeah.
Jimmy Sprinkles.
Jimmy Sprinkles. There we go. That sounds gangster.
Is it? Do you think so? All
Little
right.
Jimmy
Yeah.
Sprinkles. Yeah.
That is
Little
a tough
Jimmy
guy
Sprinkles.
name. Little Jimmy Sprinkles.
Okay, little Jimmy.
Yeah, so you're gonna
Right.
send little Jimmy Sprinkles down to Topeka plunge him all the way down. He's got to eat through a bunch of shit. So you got to figure out what kind of shit he's gonna eat through, because I don't know. It's like all the different animals and all the different. He's got to eat through all that, and then he'll be with me, and then we're gonna go in the big hole.
All right.
Okay,
do we want to
he's-
send little Jimmy Sprinkles with Kansas City Dick on this shit-eating tube plan, or do we need him to talk to his other Mises?
See, I'm worried about. I feel like we need him to get our mouse vote if we want to do that, but we also might be able to just break the fuck out of here. I don't know.
I don't know if we got time to explore all these shit tubes.
So, little Jimmy, do you have like a passcode when you if we talk to the other mice, that they'll know that you sent us, that we're cool, that we're on your side?
No, just tell him that. Well, I mean, you could just tell him that I sent you, but they wouldn't know me by new name.
All right, what was your old name?
Chocolate ass clown.
Okay, we'll let him know that the artist formerly known as the Chocolate Ass Clown has sent us, and you go with Kansas City Dick, and if you smell something that doesn't smell like it's good to breathe, or if you try and chew through something that tastes like it would hurt you, stop. Okay, don't put yourself in danger.
All right, sounds good. Which
All right,
hole?
Jim.
Which hole should I go through? Should I go through the? Should I try to sneak into the elephant? Like, which room should I go through? There's 6 of them. Which hole should I go through?
What are the giraffes eating? The giraffes just eating? Are their tubes just leaves? Does anybody remember?
I don't know, but I have the suspicion that the giraffes won't really notice anything below eye level anyway, so it's probably fine. They want the food to come from higher up, but it doesn't. It comes from low, so that sounds perfect.
Luck, Jimmy.
Thanks,
Good luck,
guys.
Jimmy.
And Jimmy just kind of scutters off to the giraffe's room. All right.
Godspeed, Jimmy.
Kansas City Dick and little Jimmy Sprinkles are off to
An adventure.
yeah. That's the side adventure. That's the spin-off.
It's the
Side
buddy
quest.
comedy we didn't know we needed in a Fallout universe. Here you go.
If you need an extra episode, that's how you fill it in.
It's just me back and forth. What are you doing down here? Oh, I'm looking for food in the overseer. We're not looking for the.
Yeah, and if it gets boring, you can have Toto, the half-rabid, mutated hyena following behind him as comic relief.
You're just gonna have your own little radio play going on.
Right.
Right.